States, fighting the Florida Gators for that.
I did it. When I turn it, when I check it.
Okay, Mother said, just start. The woman was going.
Woman was all ragged and raven.
Stop.
The children.
Stop. And Uncle Mickey's school book and Uncle Jackie's memorial card. Right, and
If I come out bad in those pictures.
God for her. Bless your hair.
It is. Look at this.
This is, I sent this in,
Anything?
Mother, so you have the,
ladder.
you and Daddy both have,
doesn't
if
it
you
look
ever go
like
to
that?
Ellis Island.
See, you're not as sure.
You're on the
That's
wall of
interesting.
honor. They're supposed to send me a certificate. Will form the centerpiece
Oh, I
of the
guess.
Ellis Island Immigration Museum, which
doesn't
is
see
scheduled to
buttons
open in
easily.
1990.
I've been there.
To the wall of honor?
No, that was not.
Well, you have to go back, so you.
But
the
you
wall
don't
was-
identify as
Oh, I haven't
quickly
been.
as
I
I would.
never
Now, does
gone
that look like
anyplace.
anybody you know?
Names of tens of thousands of those who made
No.
the journey to the new land.
And Dorothy had to send money in to get me.
Aaron, my father's name was there, not my mother's. Of course, Tony wanted to put his grandparents.
How high up they wore
Couldn't afford
vests.
that.
Oh, Tony,
We don't
You're
go
right
back
up
to
to the top of the
let me
neck.
ask you, Tony, what country are you, your parents from?
Lithuania.
Where?
Lithuania.
Oh,
Grandparents, not
Grandparents. My parents came from Chicago.
I always just claimed to be an American.
Not me. I'm Irish American. Proud of it.
Maureen.
Oh, my kids.
Oh.
I wear them at school. I wear them every day.
Maureen put those pictures away with the kids. Water gets spilled or something. He's still taking my pictures. Why do I have to?
Did you start?
Oh, sure, he
Did
got
he?
it started.
When did he start?
Thinking of flashlight to go
He's
on.
right, you can't hear it.
That's right.
What was she?
What were you talking about?
And is there sound also?
Yes.
We're in deep trouble.
Jim's phone
Look at
didn't
her
work.
Irish card. You'd expect something in green or something. Well, actually, she's English. She was born in England. So she's, So, Mother, say something famous. So how do you feel on your 80th birthday, Mom?
Oh, it's wonderful to be 80, to have lived so long, enjoying my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, and who knows, maybe my great-great-grandchildren. 60 years wrought a change since I first crossed the sea. There were few on the decks who could grapple with me. All I can
Go
say.
on. That's a good one. Get Buddy's gonna ask for a question. Go on.
No, I don't think I better ask you now.
Yeah, what do you attribute your being?
Your longevity to.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask the other way around.
Oh,
Your youthfulness at your age.
Oh, I love to dance the Highland Fling. It was one of my favorite dances. The rocks, the Limerick, the Killy sets.
that's what made you live a long life.
A great outlook on life and happy to be in America. Like I told you before, we're not perfect. We're the best there is. No,
I thought we were perfect.
That's right.
You turned it on, Funk.
I'm the object of that one.
Tell us about the Fargo family. Mother, tell us about your whole life. In one sentence.
I will
Still
not.
got 10 minutes.
Condensed
No,
into
like-
half a sentence.
Yeah, like your fondest memory of Ireland and then 80 years ago.
Must be the fondest memory.
Come in, Joe.
What picture?
I don't even think you were near the ocean. We couldn't see the ocean from her house.
I don't know.
Don't go away until we take the picture. He'll be gone now that I told him that is for sure. That's nothing but
Tell us the story of your life. When you were born, how many brothers and sisters you had.
Oh, I want my memories faded away.
Tell me the names of your brothers and sisters. Tell me the name of your mother, father, brothers and sisters.
Oh,
About your mother and father. You're on film, you don't need to do your mail.
I gave you one. I gave you
I
one.
know, but that was on tape. This is on videotape. You'll be talking and seeing.
My life. I couldn't be bothered with it.
You have that on tape.
Couldn't be bothered with it.
Radio.
Life is a weary struggle, past finding out by man. I went my way and drew my pay and did the best I could. Much love, Linda Lee and little Nick.
First got
Oh,
glasses,
everybody
so I
hates
haven't
it.
worn it.
Everybody hates it, but I couldn't.
I think it's great.
Detachment?
Sure.
It feels so comfortable
But
now, the
see-
lightweight. I just wear the glasses.
But then they got in. Just got in because the store was open. Okay, wait, buddy, don't leave.
We set it up so everybody.
Talking, Johnny
Let's
said
have
to
the real children first, then I'll
The real
take the
children.
stepchildren.
Oh, gee. So what do we do? I'll stand here.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know,
just
say
look
something.
move over here.
Closer,
Move
buddy.
over here.
It's easy for
think
me to
I'll
look
take
down. I don't
Okay,
know
do you
what
have it
I'm
on, Tony?
What do we do?
Smile.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Thank you. Say go with that.
Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mother dear.
She goes with that.
Okay, now turn it off, and then I'll get you and Jim saying happy birthday.
That's important, that's
Oh,
all.
when you get
See what a love light is?
Hope that thing's on.
See what a love light?
The green light. If it's green, it's on. It's taping.
I'll shut it off.
Okay, you're on.
Don't go so quick.
Everybody pull in tummies.
That's why I got this shirt on. Help, dummy.
Firm and strong.
firm and strong, then back again to his friends they went, his young heart happy and well content. She's somebody's mother, boys, you know. He now is aged and slow. I hope some fellow will lend a hand to help my mother. Do you understand? Thus is it, thus is us. That's all now, Maureen, no more.
Did you get that on tape?
I wish you
Push.
give me my envelope because I have.
What is this, misspelled A or something?
Figured it worked last time. I told Eileen that they spelled mother wrong on the birthday cake and she believed me.
This is my White House.
Seal.
Better seal of approval.
Hi, Governor.
My governor from the White House.
No, that's an old joke.
Don't you remember when Eileen graduated and we were walking down the street going to the car and we passed the governor and Mother said, hi, Governor.
Eileen, you
And
killed
Eileen
me.
died for about a week.
I was so happy to be where I was and for you guys to be graduating.
We didn't both
I think there was
graduate at the
just
same
one
time.
at the time, and we were on our way into the stadium.
Take a picture of the cake.
Different story.
Little details.
No, we were on our way out. It was after. Wasn't before. We wouldn't have been with you, Eileen. You would have been with the students.
Yes, look, boy.
It was on our way home.
Here,
that
take
I
a picture
said,
of the cake, Tony.
That's 2 to 1.
You got it?
Don't you have to get up
Zoom in.
closer? Why don't you walk
It's got a
towards
zoomer.
Oh.
It's got a zoomer. You got it? You can speak
Now the chocolate all flows forward.
You just go to the church and kneel on the foot on the ground. You didn't complain about your job. Is it hurting?
It's not my toe anymore, it's my foot. This one part.
Show it off more.
It's so tiny.
What's he doing?
It's taking it.
I've been took before. Denny Alvin, a great man of the whole 3 and 20 Irishmen stood neath the green and gold. They were but poorly armed, outnumbered 10 to 1. Number 10 to 1. They were determined to collect the last Britannia's son. His father lives in Esti, Denny Alvin, who was killed. Ali. Denny Alvin, the famous mental hall for 5 and 20 Irishmen. They were poorly armed, outnumbered 10 to 1, but the captain was determined to capture every gun, to strike a blow for Ireland, to revenge at every tree. And they had to stand fall at Bedford, cost a penny to get in.
There's like no one in the village.
That's where
at
my
that
old
day.
teacher came from. She gave me a Sacred Heart badge when I was leaving for Ireland. Never the master done a Hussein. Only time I was afraid of life. At that time he said, Bridie, don't go to America. Ireland needs you. So Bud said, why were you such a coward? You didn't stay and fight for your country. Or Bridie. By Tommy Nolan's wife. And a coat and a dress and a suit. Okay. Indefinitely. I didn't even know what the word meant. I said, yeah.
Well, when you came in, you didn't apply for citizenship, huh? Right away?
$10? Where would you get $10? And he merely asked me for the $25 immediately. And I gave it. And then to work 2 days later.
$25 for what?
You had to have $25 when you landed. I always carried it down here. No one should bother kids when they're young, like Kevin and Sean and Tony. That we didn't have enough happy times in the youth. No youth because we were always under the peer pressure of having to do. You know, my father was all for education. He didn't care what else you did. You can cross the Irish Sea, you can cross the Atlantic Ocean any day you want, but you'll never cross the Irish Sea to go to England. That was his motto. Came, got a job the next day, went to the Western Electric. She said, oh, you're too young, we can't hire you till you're 21. I went, oh, this Jewish woman, she was darling. You'll pass it tomorrow when you go. She braided my hair, put it up on top. Same lady said, how old are you? I said, 21. Okay, she said, can you start tonight? And the doctor said, she's healthy. When he examined me for the job, he said, that's the most healthiest specimen I have ever examined in my life. And here I
40 years later, huh?
here I started.
Now he was looking at an old 21-year-old, he's looking at a 17-year-old.
Yeah, and he and we used to pull off some tricks until one time I called and said, gee, when Mickey kept saying, you've got to go to the dance tonight now. Bride, there's no way you have to stay home. And of course he didn't have any good job or anything, you know. But if you left your job at the Western Electric, you were out of luck. So I said, oh well, okay. Mike O'Connor had a car at that time. So I called in and said, I can't see a thing with my eyes. I don't know what happened to them. Oh, she said, don't worry about that. I'll send someone out right away to bring you in to examine your eyes and put some drops in them. You must have got something. So they sent somebody out to pick me up. I guess I was a hard worker. Picked me up and they didn't want to lose me.
Well, everybody worked at Western Electric. So you're like,
That's what I met. The first girl I went around with was from Lithuania. She was born in Chicago, but she was the nicest, and she was so kind to me. You know, it was because she was born and raised there, but she was always complaining about the Lithuanians. I remember about how strict her mother was, and I said, well, your mother isn't any different than my mother was. So I guess I went around with it till all of a sudden, Western Electric closed, no job. They kept me on a long time. I think the boss had kind of a crush on me or something.
What did you do there? What was your job?
Oh, I was very young and very pretty. Beautiful long black hair.
Or what did you do? What was your work?
I was the boss.
Of what? What did you do?
Of the workers.
Well, what did they do?
They were brushing telephones. They had
Making telephones?
and
Yeah.
General Electric was,
General
Was the telephones?
There was no union there. We worked 7 nights a week, 12 hours a night. Came home with $100. Got held up. Kicked the guy in the shins. He pulled my hair. I kicked him in the shins. He still hung on to my 100. And Ann O'Connor, you know, a smart woman, says, give me your purse, Bridie. I gave her my purse. She ran and left me fighting with the guy. That's a long time ago. Two young fellas said to us as we got off the car, I had my 100, because you always got paid in cash in those days. Said, could you tell us where Western Avenue is? Of course, I was very naive. I had no idea what to hold up. Nobody told me you got held up. The only one we were afraid of was Capone. So, give me your purse, he said. I said, give you my purse? Yeah, you have money in it. And so he grabbed my hair, and so I kicked him a rousing kick in the shin. And he pulled my hair again, I gave him another kick. And then Anna said, Bridie, give me your purse and I'll run with it. She ran with me and took my purse and my 100. I guess I was more, I could have tackled anyone at my own age at that time. So he put up a struggle, but I put up a better struggle, and he ran.
Well, what about the other guy?
the other guy was, I think he got scared when he saw the battle that was going on. And he might have been with some more decent than the one that was yanked in my hair. But they took off for Western Avenue, so they knew well where Western Avenue was. I went in and, you know, I never thought about that again. It never bothered me, and I used to walk home from the Western Electric. But then, of course, all the streetcar men were Irishmen. If one even said boo to you, he was as good as dead. But Carl, that was all that was there, that were Irish men. So I used to get off right there and walk 6 blocks to the rooming house where I lived. And our landlady bought good chops and bad chops, pork chops. And I didn't know the difference, you know, so she had 3 kids. She'd pick up the good chops and put them on her own kids' plate. And they were all older than I was. And she'd leave us, Anna and I, the bad. She was Anna's aunt, she'd leave Anna and I, the bad chops.
Anna, who?
Anna O'Connor.
Is she related to Mickey?
Mickey O'Connor.
No, Mickey Farrader.
Oh, no, she... Mickey
O'Connor is
Mickey,
my grandmother's name.
yeah, she was a different kind than O'Connor. You look an awful lot like Mickey's aunt, the O'Connors. More than you look like that.
There was an aunt that was in Chicago.
Mhm. She wasn't the teacher at St. Francis School. What did they call that school where you graduated?
Here?
Xavier.
Oh, Blandina, Sister Mary Blandina?
Yeah.
Brown, she was a Brown. Don't tell me I look like her.
No, but she was a ferreter. She was a real ferreter. She
Well, you know what they told us in Dingle? There's that side of the Farraders, and then there's that side of the Farraders. And I've begun to believe we're on the wrong side of the Farraders. Didn't you pick that up? Remember that guy where we bought the sweaters?
Yeah.
And he said, which Farrader are you? That Farrader? Or the other Farraders? And he never told, but I think we were the ones that weren't supposed to be. I don't know.
Oh, I never
Because
heard
they
of
were
her.
blue shirts and,
Well, I never heard of a blue shirt, and I'm going to fall apart. Gillespie, he never told me, because there were no blue shirts when I was there.
the Farraders were blue shirts.
Sound like
So they were they'd be anti-IRA. They'd be pro.
They weren't
They
anti-IRA,
wrote the
they
treaty.
wouldn't accept it.
No, they did. want
They
the treaty.
accepted the treaty.
Yeah.
But old John Farragut didn't.
I think so.
No, he paid to get Jimmy. He paid to get those kids' father out of the British Army.
Well, I know, Maura told us that, but that didn't mean all of his sons that were there were blue shirts. That's what the old man in Dingle said. And so probably John wouldn't have let him be by
There was only one of them that
ready
like Luke.
correctly.
Luke, the one that has the 2 boys, he died in England. He died in England in World War II in the atomic business. He got leukemia. He married a Scotch girl. She took the boys to Scotland.
Oh, just been Christmas with him.
But they were all brainy. Of course, we were pretty brainy
Oh,
ourselves.
Jack must have been, he was in blue shirt
He
too.
was a blue shirt, so
And
was
then,
Luke.
and the oddity of Jack.
Well, James, he
My
went to
father-
England, so I think the Farraders were just anti-British as the Mobiles.
Oh, he changed his name on the sign. John Farragut instead of Sean.
Well, he had to. He said he had. Miller said he had to, or he wouldn't have lived. He couldn't have a business. So that'd just be being smart. You wouldn't just your name for.
What all-
Laura said that the soldiers would come in and just say, make this suit and they wouldn't pay or anything, you just had to make it.
He was talking about the black and tan. He wasn't found. They used to hold the families up in the alley. They never touched to rape a woman or in any way to harm, because once or twice they did and they were dead the next day. See, the Irish are very tricky. Very tricky. They had the Royal Irish Constabulary.
Tricky?
Yeah, tricky is the word. They had the Royal Irish Constabulary. That was Irishmen that were in the British Army for years and years. So as soon as the black and tans made a plan where they were going, they tipped the IRA off. The old IRA men that died in the 1916 rise. They'd tip them off, they'd call them and tell them so late at night. My father used to be up in the haystack, and in that quiet countryside, one move of a horse running, you could hear it for 20 miles, because there was no noise at night. People always were home, sitting by the fireside, and there was no such thing as being out only on rare occasion when there was a big dance or something. So my father would sit there, so he'd have a connection to tell him. I think they went out, so they'd dig a big hole in the middle of the road, and the black and tans would be always half drunk anyway, coming back. So they'd drive right into the hole, trucking off. They were dead when they came out. That's jungle warfare.
Jungle.
It is.
The big weeds.
Chilly there.
Huh?
Chilly.
You know how many wars I've been through? World War One, World War One, the Black and Tan, the Civil War,
War
the
II.
blue shirts. I didn't know the blue shirts. They weren't there in my day. We had the Kundamam. And that was 4. Then we came to America. We had World War II, Vietnam, Korea.
Total violence in our lives.
6 wars I've been through. And we used to be under the bed, and after the blue shirts came to the Free State, the ones that accepted knew where the IRA men were located. And one time, which it was 20 years later when I remember, this one kid, this one family that lived across the way, the daughter married a black and tan. And this Kundaman was the women's army of the IRA. He was in the kitchen while I was babysitting, and he was listening. And the women were talking, the girls were talking between themselves, and the guys were underneath where you could never find belly duff. I was there many a time, and you were there sitting with kids. The waves rolled in, and you could go all the way to the back. So the first thing you knew, Free State soldiers were, that he must have gone home, they must have made connection, and then his brother came to Chicago, this young fellow's brother, Bill Gleason. And of course they were hated in Ireland because she married a black and tan. Wasn't her. In other words, you were isolated. It wasn't like marrying a Protestant. A black and tan was a British soldier. They used to tie the guys to the back of the lorry and drag them along the street. And of course, if they ever appeared in Chicago, any of those fellas, Tom would tell you, Uncle Tom, he knew some terrible stories. That Tom was in 2 years in jail for the time of the priest day. He was not a blue shirt, neither was his brother. None of them were, but where I babysat, he had no use for going back into war again. They want to run their business. Like Bud could tell you about the people in Vietnam. All I want to do is sow my oats. I don't care who's in the government. Businessmen in Ireland were just about the same way now, this man. Well, I babysat. She used to hit him. She was a cum de man, and he wanted to run his business. He was making big money. He was from my father's, only about a couple of 2 years old, just 1 cent away from my father, grew up with him. But it was really funny, and then I'd be in the
So what
kitchen.
happened to Bill Gleason?
He showed up in Chicago. He was there exactly 1.5 hours. And they gave him the business. Uncle Tom says this one guy cleared, was at the Gaelic Park where I won the beauty contest. This guy showed up there. He was one of the guards in the jail where Uncle Tom was. And about 5 of those Irishmen, of course the old Irishmen, were determined that the English would get out of Ireland. Union Jack would come down one way or the other. Still at it. He hasn't come down yet, but they rushed him. He never made it over the gate. I guess they killed him. And Bill Gleason disappeared.
I took the Union Jack from Gary Gamble's room, and so then I found it in my drawer. You know, I stuck it in a drawer so he wouldn't find it, and I found it in there the other day, and so I put a little note on it and said, I've had nothing but bad luck since this was in my room, and I put it back in his box for him to take it.
George is a real Englishman. George is Stacey, but he doesn't cross me up. One day I said, Ireland was a nation before England was civilized. Why don't you study your history?
But he loved that, Mother.
But he never brags about it because he tries to keep telling me that he's part Irish. But
well, they either are or they're wannabes, right?
And the other, Luann's boyfriend, he'd give anything to be Irish. So I said the other day I would love for Paisley to come here, because I want to know from the mouth of the babe why the English want to live in Ireland. They have a free country of their own. Why do they want to be in Ireland? Of course, every Englishman and every Englishwoman I ever met were the best people in the whole world. No question about that. Mrs. Pettingale with the Red Cross. I remember Catherine was Scotch, and I was Irish. Catherine was born in Scotland. She was my sponsor when I got my citizenship papers. Nicky was in the army, and she. I overheard Mrs. Pettingale say, "I don't know what I'm going to do, because I can't make a choice between Bridie and Catherine." She was raised an English woman. She was head of the Red Cross. She says, I can't keep the two of them. One has to go. And I'm afraid it'll have to be Catherine, because she has a husband. Nicky and Bridie's husband's in the army. But I didn't let her make the choice. I already took the job at Mutual Trust. And then I made Catherine quit, because they fired them. Me. It was an 84 years of an exciting life. It couldn't have been better. The ups and downs.
What was the best up?
It was always up until, of course, after Mickey died, I had to worry, because all I would say when it was getting dark, Mickey, it's getting dark outside, and you had a different responsibility once Mickey was gone. There were your responsibility to get them in after dark, but we made it. And Auntie Mary and Mamie, both. Auntie Mary. I take Eileen, think of the good help she'd be to me, raising the boys. I said, what? She said, she could help me with the book. I said, help you ahead. She's going exactly where Mickey and I decided she was going to go. Eventually, Mundela, when she gets old enough, and she's saying, and we had planned for her to go to Notre Dame, and for you to go to Mundela. These were stupid plans, cost money. But Mamie said, I can only take one Bridie, Eileen, because Eileen would be helping her with her 2 kids, I said, no, Mamie, my kids haven't gone. That's why I was so mad at Eileen trying to put me in a nursing home when I didn't put her in a home. When I was left alone, I struggled with it. That's why I'm so mad at Charlie for giving up her baby. I see no sense to it. Sure, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to go to work in the morning and never wonder whether Bud had cut his chin or something would happen when you come home. And the only one time I stopped, just once in my whole life, did I stop. Hi Jim, how are you?
Just fine, thanks. There you go.
Thank you.
You have a good day now.
On the same to you.
This is for George, where you put his.
I'm going to go here, I have to hide it in case the wind comes. To keep them and the go-between them.
And so what happened when you stopped? Where did you stop? Oh, you stopped
No,
at
Aunt
May?
May said to me, she was working at Mutual with me then. She said, Friday, why can't you stop and have the soda just Sunday, just once? She knew I loved marshmallow Sunday. Why can't you stop and have this? So I said, okay, but I can't stay very long, because I have to pick up Maureen, Mrs. Horton always charged me an hour, $1 an hour, and she had to keep Maureen longer than the time allotted on Saturday. So we stopped, and I came tailing home. Here's Bud. The doctor said if he cut 1 inch closer, he would have cut his jaguar vein. So I had to rush into the doctor's office. And did we know what that doctor said when he sent me the bill? I never said I wanted to treat an American soldier's child free. German. You learn an awful lot of experiences in your life. So of course I paid him, because
What was it like when you first came to America from Ireland?
well,
Off the boat, what was it like?
there wasn't any change of any kind. I came to complete Irish settlement.
But you went into New York, right?
Oh yeah, we stopped just about every country you could think of. We stopped. We were in Liverpool for a night, Newfoundland. We went through Canada. We were there for a night. And Mary and Jim were at. My hair got beautiful black curly hair. My hair went completely straight after crossing the Atlantic Ocean. And Uncle Jim said, what happened to her hair?
Jim Mobile,
Yeah,
he's there already?
well, he was there, but see, the thing was, Terry Teagan, you know the Teagans?
Yeah.
Well, their father was a real comic, real. And when we got off the immigrants train,
She was always telling me we were cousins, and I didn't like her, and I didn't want to be her cousin.
yeah, but
She was always
the
saying,
father was,
You went into New York, right? Went through,
we only stayed at the usual time, but the train stayed so much in each town. I don't know whether they changed cars or what they did. But I couldn't care less where was the
here's Dad's Dingle Bay.
There was no job to be had in Chicago. We had $1 million to pay for it. When I went there for looking for the job, he said, people go for you when you're young, you know. You get these stores. I bet I wouldn't get it now, but I came from Dingle. He said, how long is it since you've been working? I said, well, I only worked a little bit after I came from the old country. Oh, he said, I'm sorry, I don't have a thing to offer anyone. He said, just. So he said, well, what country did you come from? I said, what country do you think? I came from Ireland. Okay, start tomorrow. I went to work.
Where was this?
In Carson Pier. It was $15 a week. 15 a week, and you work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. And I paid Mrs.
got that thing from Sean, when we opened it up. I wrote you a letter.
What does he say? Read it.
Sean,
Grandma, you've been
Speak up, speak up.
he did it.
Speak up so it's on the tape. Happy birthday, Grandma. You've given me many great memories from when I was a child. More than I have grown, I wish we
Now
could
that
make.
I've grown.
Now that I've grown, I wish we could make some more memories. I miss you and I love you, Sean.
And Dave and that old lady, I don't know who she was, but she was an old lady.
Dick.
Dick and little Tony with me. And little Tony and I were talking about that yesterday. She said, Graham, he said, Sean could have used you yesterday. Dick was going to hit him. Where is she now?
Dick would have never hit.
She wouldn't have hit him. But
She was just overprotective of Terry.
she, but I was
Anything happened to
overprotective of Sean too, and old Dick wasn't going to cuss out Sean for something that kid did.
Terry was a good little boy.
Oh, he was a nice
Yeah.
little, they were all nice kids. Remember the day that Sean picked up when that black kid hit Tony? Richard and Tony, Sean walked behind him. Sean was always something special. He walked behind Richard and picked up a stone. He was going to hit Richard in the back of the head with the stone. I was telling it to Auntie Mary said, and you were always criticizing Tommy. Well, at least he never tried to hit someone in the back of the head with a stone. And of course, I wouldn't let Sean hit Richard in the back of the head with the stone either. Not that I like black and white, had nothing to do with it. I just didn't like Richard, and he was older than Tony. But he was
They
sharp.
always protected each other. They always protected each other.
Oh yeah, he yeah, and see who hit Kevin. But I can't remember now who hit Kevin. One of the three boys in the house themselves. And Kevin started crying. You didn't have to hit my brother so hard, did you? I wonder who hit him. It couldn't have been Tony. I don't think it was Sean. I don't think it was Tony. Whichever one it was, anyway, Kevin was mad because they hit. I don't remember, but all I can remember is Kevin running in, crying and saying, you didn't have to hit my brother that hard. I sure had such a good time with those kids. Yes, yesterday we were talking about how I was teaching them the time in the sand. And you know, it's a perfect way to, if you got lost, to know. All you do is put the ringer on, put a stick in the middle, and the stick will show you. Not exactly,
Sundial.
not exactly the minute, you know, but it'll show you what it was. And we were talking about the fun we used to have in that sandbank. No wonder the boats didn't used to bite us, really, because we used to sit there in the sandbank. I used to have such a good time with all three of them. And then I always, when they came for breakfast every morning, you know, I always cooked them sausage and egg, but you never knew it. I always let them watch TV while your mother sure didn't know you were watching TV when you were supposed to be just eating and getting ready. But we used to. One morning I was in the bathroom. Kev came to the door. I guess I hadn't opened the door yet. He went off screaming his head off. She didn't let me in. She didn't let me in. I had to go call her to tell him to come back. Come in that I was in the bathroom, Kevin. He didn't understand that, of course. He was a little guy. And then when I was there, when he first started school, and you first went to school steady, he said, I wasn't sitting I used to sit in the chair outside in front and wait for him every day. And he said to me, where were you? You weren't in your chair. I didn't see you in your chair.
Yeah, they sure were cute.
And each one in their own way. Well, look, remember when Tony used to play that old actor, you know, with the cigarette in his mouth.
Oh, yeah, Groucho Marx.
And Kevin, Sean saying to my cane, come to you, Gran, come to you, Gran. And Kevin with his mud. The wall of Limerick, and he's playing. I guess I had a very good life.
Well, it's been long.
Well, I mean, it all depends. I love kids, and I could sit and play with kids forever. I would love to have little Alexander and Jessica, but I can't get into the middle of that. But they could stay here and play forever. They wreck the joint in about 5 minutes. You know, you could have it all ready for someone coming in, and 10 minutes you had nothing. They pull everything out of the closet and. I'm glad that Tana's starting to help Wes, because I think he was going under. Too much of a strain for him. The kids pulled one way and the other. You know. I if she could take him a couple of days a week or 3 days a week, he'd be able to. He said by the time he takes Jessica to school and they get a shower at night, I can't do anything else, he said, except lay on the couch and fall asleep. I'm worn out. He makes supper and he has the dishes to do, and he has to watch. He had to, but now I don't think he has to. She's sober and she's quit the drugs, and I think she's, I think she knows what the score is if she doesn't stay with it. But that guy she's going with, no chance of that ever working out. Jessica is right in front of her. Graham, I wish my mom would quit going around with Keith and not marry him, but go back with my dad. And Keith's sitting right there listening to her. So I expect that. I know, but she's telling the truth. Wes has been such a good father. But he lost 50 pounds. But he had to take the clothes to the laundromat, bring them back and fold them. Life is a weary struggle, past finding out by man. Go my way and draw my pay. Do the best I can. Well, Father Smith mustn't be back yet. Oh, I want you to put my lily out beside that green.
Why don't you turn off the tape? Well, now I better find you. Pardon me? Yes, around 2. Okay? Okay. Can we have a cup of tea with you? No, really, you want me to stop and buy some? Okay. Okay, bye-bye.
Is he busy?
Well, now... You met her. Patty Nolan.
Oh, there's Jim? Yeah.
Well, you lost your worker.
Huh?
You lost
He's-
your worker.
He's awful
did?
tired.
Oh, that's a cute picture.
Who's that?
Son and I with Puck. New house. It's probably near Christmas time.
Why don't I go up there and do it?
Boy, Dad, your family looks so much like, I mean, you all three look alike. I think especially you and Jim. Like, I think,
Yeah, but they didn't used to.
but I mean, I think that looks like Jim. Very similar, like you would know that they're related.
Can you call that?
That's
Maureen's from.
Petrelli or something like that.
She got a nervous breakdown when Maureen moved. I don't know who that is. Is that you?
I think that's Kevin. Mom always likes to say her long name's gotta be Kevin. He looks like Shirley Temple. He has
Couldn't stand it because of his hair.
curls in his hair. That's gotta
Oh,
be
he had
Kevin.
beautiful color.
Yeah, that's Kevin. He had such great curls.
And
Oh,
Maureen
geez,
was
look at our backyard before we get the pool.
Too much. You're with your hand on your hip.
Is that me? That's Sean. It's blurry. Can't
pretty
tell.
soon we won't even know our own children. There's Maureen with her short bob.
guys always put us in the sun. I remember squinting whenever I had to take a
Because the
picture.
cameras, you had to.
Who's that?
Maureen.
That's me doing that. Oh, gosh.
Those two of us?
Yeah.
Grandparents.
Who's that on the other side? That one baby is on.
Yeah.
That's it, just as they do.
5:31. That's cute.
Irish baby was. I don't think that's you.
I have that picture of my baby.
No, it's not.
So unless
That
you
just looked
gave
like your
it to
head was totally round.
Well, you looked at,
probably bold with me.
you know who that baby looks like? Tommy Nolan. When Mary brought him home from the hospital.
Soccer boy.
There's the lad himself.
Tommy's the oldest grandchild.
Who?
Tommy Nolan.
Yeah.
Whoa, Nancy. Is that our house?
No, it's your house.
Say that.
Who's that little one?
Yeah, it's one of Tony's relatives. Pictures.
Say, whatever did happen to that girl? Your cousin?
Nancy.
No, not Nancy.
Mary
They
Jo?
got divorced.
Mary Jo.
She's still living on 46th Street.
They got a divorce?
That's
No,
definitely.
he died.
Oh, he did.
Nancy got divorced, though, didn't she?
Yeah,
Who
she's
died?
married to Forrest.
Forrest.
Oh, Forrest. Aren't you a cute baby? Look at those cheeks, Tony.
Foreshadowing my future.
Shadowy light appeared as men
The
said.
Cornwall?
Looked like a need where it lay, and it looked like he bristled away, got away. Morning rose on the beach, or the shadowy isle. Looked faint like in, I think he has that on. Looked faint like in distant, reflected its smile. Tell the truth
Yeah, he
now.
does.
Turn it off.
Hello, but
I don't really have any of Sean. Just a
So cute.
dispute.
Yeah.
I see you have it on, so I'll depart. He says they go every place with him except to the bathroom. Don't you think he's changed an awful lot since the last time? He's holding to her because they're watching him to make a mistake, you know.
He doesn't make any.
Well, he
Who's
doesn't
they?
want the kids split.
Don't put that on tape, Tony.
Don't please. Lacy, let me drive.
No, I gave you for either a birthday or Christmas or Mother's Day present,
Free
a
drive.
driver's license, lessons.
I sure
Hey, you
wish I
take
had
pictures
learned
of
how
your
to
sister.
drive because I could still be driving. I mean, Jana's blind and she's driving.
Who?
Friend of mine. She can only see. No, I'm not kidding. It's no joke.
I don't doubt it.
She can only see straight ahead. She cannot see to the right, to the left. She cannot make a left turn or a right turn. It's a certain kind of a disease. Very, very rare.
If you're not pressing it right, it's real tricky.
Tony, you're playing with that thing.
What's
I
the
can
point?
see it.
So you can sit by it.
What did I say?
See what though?
The keyhole.
Do you want it, Sean? 'Cause I don't
I
know.
just think it's.
It's supposed to be like a lifetime
Turn that thing off, Tony.
light, so it'll never go off.
Do you want it? You could maybe use it in forest. Get back there.
Go say something more.
Jeez.
Hi, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Thank you, and thank you.
1994.
Thank you for all the work you did.
And you guys could say something to me.
1994.
Oh, you still caught us on when we
And
were like...
happy,
Let's go.
happy Mother's Day, Maureen. You're such a wonderful mother,
I know it.
a great wife,
Happy
a
Mother's
wonderful
Day.
mother, and a great daughter.
Okay.
I'm
Alright, Dad, thanks.
Thanks, Dad.